You're listening to Catching Up with Robin, broadcasting live from Austin, Texas.
Hi everybody, this is Robin.
And I'm Jonte.
And you are tuned in to Catching Up with Robin. In case this is your second time listening to the show, I want to just give you a quick update on what Catching Up with Robin is about. This is a show where I come to you and I basically bring you into my world. I let you know what's going on throughout my day. I let you know what I may be thinking about. And Jonte and I, we host our own show here in Austin where we live called Branching Out on Air. It's a live show. It comes on every Sunday from 1:30 to 2:30. So, this is a fun show for us. This is an exciting show for us. It could take a lot of work if I wanted to look at it that way and use the word work. But for me and Jonte, it's not work. It's fun. It's something we love doing. So what I do here with Catching Up with Robin is if there's an interview guest I have in mind that I want to talk to, that I want, to interview for the show, I'll let you know, what progress I made with that person, who that person is. If they said yes, they'll be on the show, what the topic is about, maybe something that was cool or fun that, I shared with them on the phone just in trying to line up the interview. So that's what Catching Up with Robin is about. But today I am a little bit tired, but I'm tired for a positive reason. We had live in studio today on Branching Out on Air, SaulPaul. If you missed that show, we're going to have to try to find a way to do a podcast or something so that you could hear that show. SaulPaul is a dynamic young man. I've been using that word, ever since I met him to describe him, and it's a word that actually fits him for me. We had him live in studio. We caught him just right before he's getting ready to go on a 25-city tour. He's an artist, a musical artist, and he is also a youth speaker. So he took time out of his Sunday today to come in and talk to our listeners on Branching Out on Air. And basically what the interview was about was we talked about the power of a choice and how a choice can take you down, a road that you never even dreamed you'd go down, that maybe you really didn't want to go down, but because you made that type of choice, that's the road that it led you down. And that was SaulPaul. For a few years of his life, he made a wrong choice, and he ended up going from tower to tower, which is a film that my son and I have watched. It's online. You can view it online. You can also purchase your own copy of it. And so he came on our show today. He shared his story, a story that took him to being in prison, and how he overcame that, and again how he turned his life around, all with the power of a different choice. So I know today was Mother's Day, and children want to spend Mother's Day with their mom, whether it's going to church, whether it's going out to eat, whether it's just maybe doing something fun around your home. But I really hope that listeners tuned in and caught that show live. It was definitely a show you didn't want to miss. SaulPaul is a wonderful young man. He's nice, he's humble, he has a lot of things going on, but still, through all that, he's down to earth, and he's just a wonderful guy. He has his own clothing line. He is a filmmaker, he's an author, and as I said, he's a musician and a speaker. So we had him on today, as I said, and, I shared my Mother's Day with my son, but I shared it on air. Our radio show is something that we really love to do. I'm trying to do something positive through the show and send out positive messages through the guests that we have on Branching Out on Air, through the airwaves to, the youth or the young generation. And one thing that I do that I share in common with SaulPaul is I like the elementary school age children. And, those are the ages of children that he speaks to too. Because, sometimes once a child gets to high school, they can still turn their life around. And we realize that it's never too late to turn your life around if you're doing something that's not positive and something that's not working for you. But, if you can reach a child while they're in elementary school and still talk to them about the consequences of choices, then their mind has enough time to develop around what's right, what's wrong, and why it's wrong. So that's one thing that I share with SaulPaul, reaching out to elementary school children with positive messages. And so that was such a fun show today to have him on. It was an inspiring show, even for me. As already an adult, it was still inspiring to me because he drove home the message that I always say even before we had him on the show, and that is there's really no barriers, no limitations, no excuses except for the ones that you put on yourself. So, that's a message that he drove home through sharing his story with us. And another thing that I've always said is success is not determined where you come by. Success is not determined by where you come from, but rather what comes from you. And so, with me being here in Austin, born and raised, my son is being raised in Austin and he was born here. That's a message just as a mom that I try to get across to him. A lot of times when you read magazines, you see artists who, have crazy success, but maybe the focus is always on those artists who live in other cities. And sometimes, thinking, just trying to put my mind into a child's mind, it may become easy to kind of lose your focus, lose your passion for what it is that you want to do because, you only see that happening in other cities and other states. So what we do with Branching Out on Air is we just make, again, the saying, it's not where you come from that determines success, but rather what comes from you. We try to put some truth to that, to the guests, through the guests that we have on the show. SaulPaul lives right here in Austin. He was born in Houston, but he's here in Austin. So we had a lot of fun with him. As I said, our producer Juan Martinez had a chance to meet SaulPaul and learn about SaulPaul's story, and he's going to possibly have the children in another state get lectured by or have a chance to hear SaulPaul's story and just hear that for themselves. So all in all, it was a great day. Something that my son did that was special after we came home from the radio show and took a bunch of pictures and so forth, and we had some lunch here, a late lunch, and then he and I went to Sears and he bought me a beautiful, beautiful heart necklace. I love hearts. I've loved hearts.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome. I've loved hearts ever since I was young, and I found the perfect necklace for me. And, just to have a son who thinks about me in that way and wants to do something for me, that's a blessing to me. Last night when it was about 1:15 or so, he told me Happy Mother's Day. So, when it's my birthday, he'll tell me Happy Birthday. And so, I've had a wonderful Mother's Day. I've had a couple of friends call me so far and tell me Happy Mother's Day, even before I could call one of them. One of them is a childhood friend of mine that I've known, for a long, long time. And she called me actually on air. She texted me and she told me Happy Mother's Day. So, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you are being treated the way you should be being treated. We're mothers every single day of the week, every single second. At least I know I am. Without bragging or anything, I love being a mother to my son. And so I'm a mother every single second. And I love, love, love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And I wouldn't want any other child on the face of this planet. Now, you're welcome. All children are special in their parents' eyes. And I'm the same way. My son he means the world to me, and he's here with me right now, and I'm going to see if he wants to say something.
Well, first off, I want to thank you for all the nice, kind words you said about me, and I'm saying those words back to you. You're welcome. And also we have SaulPaul's song called Shine Right Now. So we're going to play that. It's the acoustic hip-hop version. We hope you like it.
Alright, check this out. I'm clutch, something like a gear shift. Homie, you some peak game. Let mama come and hear this. I like the lyrics is. I fly sky high. Haters wanna talk, I chunk the deuce and way bye-bye. LL smiley face, short hand, stiff arm. I ain't got no time to waste. I dodge tackles, high step, all haters. I refuse to lose. What's a hiatus? New moves, smooth as 9 laters. The giant slayer, you Goliath, I'm David. The bravest, most courageous. The confidence is contagious. When the line out the cage, success rate's outrageous. Repping the logo, playing the lodo. Competition seeking slowly, got him in a chokehold. Blackout or back out gracefully. Even when we win, dog, we gon' do it tastefully. If your mind right, then you shine right now. You tight right now. You bright right now. Hey, if your mind right, it go down right now. Now. One more time. If your mind right, then you shine right now. You bright right now. You tight right now. Hey, if your mind right, it go down right now. Now. One more time. In my element, I'm Jordan on the hardwood. All you hear, that boy nice. Him, that boy good. You boy should think about a different game. I'm boss hogging this one. You gon' need a different lane. I lay your ankle sprain, kill a crossover. Click all soldiers, all focused, all sober. At game time with the same frame of mind. Dreaming 3D, you know what's going down. We one up if you're talking the win column. Yeah, we play sports, but we really not in the slalom. No back and forth if you're talking the conversation. Actions speak louder than word, but y'all ain't saying Nate. If you really want it, I'll wait for you to come for me. Or something like a tower, then the stage is my country. You really want it, I'll wait for you to come for me. And I'm dead serious, I ain't even being funny. If your mind right, then you shine right. You tight right now, you bright right now. Hey, if your mind right, it go down right now. Now. One more time.
That was Shine Right Now by SaulPaul, who we have been talking about. He was live in studio on the radio show that I host along with my son called Branching Out on Air. That was Shine Right Now. I actually like this song. I love it. It's acoustic, and it's speaking the truth of SaulPaul. And so I really like this song. And I hope you liked it too. I hope that you will check this out. Go to his website, SaulPaul.com. There you can find out how you can order a copy of his book, his CD, his DVD, and also his T-shirts. His T-shirts are really cool. I'm looking forward to ordering that as well. Now, on next Sunday, May 19th, I talked about this on the first episode of Catching Up with Robin, but in case you haven't heard that show just yet, we're going to interview Rodney Allen Rippey. And in case you may recognize the name, he was the cute kid back in the 70s. He did a commercial for Jack in the Box. He was promoting their Jumbo Jack. And I actually saw that commercial when he actually did it live. And, I just remember this cute little kid. And I remember watching it with my mother and my grandmother. And, about 2 weeks ago or so, read something about him on MSN, and I said Rodney Allen Rippey, and I read about what they were saying about him online. He had a event, and he was trying to get individuals hired. I think it was in the Compton area. And I mean, that's, good. He's like SaulPaul. He's thinking about others. He's reaching out, trying to do his part. And I've said this before, everybody has their own perspective, everybody has their own passion, everybody has their own mission. And I particularly love it when people are out here seeing how they can give back, what they can create, especially for the children, as I said earlier. And so I reached out, I saw a number, I reached out. I called him, was able to speak to Rodney. He actually answered the phone the first time I called. And, you know, he, like SaulPaul, is a very nice gentleman, very humble, very down to earth. You know, I feel like I've known